Hey everybody, welcome to ThinkWire. Today we're going to talk about how to expand yourself and give you tons of ideas on how to achieve personal growth. Make sure you stick around until the end because we've provided some bonus tips for you to help you get started today. Expanding yourself could also mean self-growth. In life, we're constantly faced with new opportunities. Whether it's an opportunity to learn a new skill or to take on a new challenge, expanding yourself is a key to growing as an individual. When you expand yourself, you open yourself up to new possibilities and new ways of thinking. You also become more adaptable and flexible, which can be invaluable in times of change. Expanding yourself doesn't mean you have to do something huge or dramatic. It can be as simple as trying something new or taking on a new responsibility at work. The important thing is that you're constantly learning and growing, both as a person and as an individual contributor to society. Self-growth or expanding yourself is about using life experiences to learn about oneself and one's values. It's also about understanding oneself and challenging yourself and making changes as needed. When it comes to personal growth, there are 6 stages of expansion. The first stage, the awareness stage. Here you are looking at yourself as an observer. What are your strengths and weaknesses, and what do you want from life? The awareness stage is the first step of the change process. In this stage, individuals become aware of the problem and its potential consequences. They may also become aware of possible solutions. This awareness can lead to motivated change, but it's not guaranteed. Many people never move beyond this stage, and if you're one of them, then in this video we'll give you a few steps to overcome and expand. First, you need to come up with ideas for your life. It's also a time to reflect on the past and what it means for you now. Remember, it's very important for you to now accept who you are, and also very importantly, what you have accomplished in your life so far. If you don't, then it will be impossible to improve yourself. The second stage, the exploration stage. Now that you've identified the areas in which you'd like to grow and expand, it's time to start exploring the areas you want to expand on. What will it do if you focus on these expansion areas? What will make these areas successful? Who's your competition? What are their strengths and weaknesses? The third stage. Know your limits and boundaries so that you can avoid making mistakes in the future. Making mistakes is inevitable, but that doesn't mean you can't do your best to avoid them. In life, there are 3 important things: learning from your mistakes, knowing your limits and boundaries, and then finally living a life without regrets. It's important to learn from your mistakes so that you don't make them again. Knowing your limits and boundaries will help you stay out of trouble. And living a life without regrets mean that you'll back on your life with, you guessed it, no regrets. All of these things are important steps on the road to happiness. The fourth stage is to learn from your mistakes so they won't happen again. This means analyzing what went wrong and coming up with a plan to fix it. It's also important to share what you've learned with others so they can avoid making the same mistakes. The fifth stage, break through your limits and boundaries, which will lead you into a new level of potential. In life, we all make mistakes. Some are bigger than others, but the important thing is we learn from them and they don't happen again. We need to apply what we've learned and make sure we don't mess up again. It's a process that takes time and effort, but it's always worth it in the end. Remember, making mistakes is a natural part of life and everyone does it. What's important is that we learn from our mistakes so that we can improve ourselves and become better people. Finally, stage number 6. Stage number 6 includes mastering who you are and what you've accomplished by understanding what it means for self-growth or expanding yourself. In life, there are many things that we go through in order to find success. We often have to learn how to crawl before we walk, and of course walk before we run. And the same is true before mastering our lives. Identify the key areas in your life which you want to work on for growth. The first step is to identify the areas in your life that you want to improve. This can be anything from your health, relationships, mental well-being, or career. Next, think about what you need to make these improvements. This will vary depending on what area of your life that you're looking at. For example, if you're looking at improving your mental health, then it might be that you need some time for yourself or some therapy sessions. If it's a relationship issue, then it might be that you need more time with that person or work on your communications. If it's a career issue, then maybe it would be worth going back to school. Start by identifying areas you want to expand and improve on. Here are some basic guidelines. Identify areas in your life that you want to improve. Start by identifying areas you want to expand or improve on. Here's 4 guidelines. Identify the areas of your life that you want to improve. Think about what you need to make these improvements. Pick one area and decide how often you want to work on it each day, maybe 1 to 5 minutes or so. And create a plan of action for the area you've chosen. Here are some simple tips on how to expand yourself. Learn a new skill. In order to keep your mind active in learning, it's important to constantly be challenging yourself with new things. One way to do this is to learn a new skill. It can be anything from a new language to knitting. The important thing is that you're expanding your horizons and growing as a person. When you decide on what skill to learn, think about the things you've always been interested in or things that could come in handy down the road. If there's something you've been wanting to do for a while but haven't had the time, now's the perfect opportunity to make it happen. There are plenty of resources out there to help you learn a new skill, whether it's online classes, YouTube tutorials, or books. Take on a new challenge. Are you feeling stuck in a rut? Are you looking for a way to challenge yourself and push your boundaries? If so, then it might be time to take on a new challenge. This could be anything from learning a new language to completing an obstacle course. The important thing is that you choose something that will test your skills and make you grow as a person. When you're constantly stretching yourself, you're also developing new skills and abilities that will help you in your future endeavors. Get out of your comfort zone. It's easy to get stuck in a rut, especially when it comes to your job. You may find yourself doing the same tasks day in and day out without any real challenge or opportunity for growth. While it's important to have stability in your life, you also need to push yourself out of your comfort zone from time to time. This can be done by trying new things at work, taking on new responsibilities, or simply stepping outside of your comfort zone in other areas of your life. Sticking to what's comfortable can be tempting, but ultimately it holds you back from achieving your full potential. When you challenge yourself, you learn new things and grow as a person. So don't be afraid to take risks and step outside of your comfort zone. You may be surprised at what you're really capable of. Travel to new places. One of the best ways to travel and learn about other cultures is to travel to their countries. Seeing the way people live in other parts of the world can give you a fresh perspective on your life. Traveling is also a great way to explore new places and see some of the natural wonders that our planet has to offer. There are many ways to expand yourself to grow. Meet new people. Meeting new people can be a great way to expand yourself personally. You can learn new things about different cultures and lifestyles, and you may just make some new friends. However, it's important to be mindful of who you're meeting and what they're like. Some people may not be the best influence on you, so it's important to be selective about the people you're going to let into your life. They say you become who you hang out with, so be selective in choosing who you meet and who you hang out with. Be open to change. Some people are resistant to change, but in order to grow and improve, we've got to be open to it. Change can be very scary because it's unknown. But if we allow ourselves to be flexible and try new things, we can learn new things and expand our horizons. Change can help us become more well-rounded individuals and make us better employees or leaders. It's important to be open to change not only in our personal lives, but also in our professional lives. If we're not willing to change with the times, we'll get left behind. Change is the only constant in life. Here's 5 little habits that will bring happiness to your everyday life and help you become a better you. Laugh, smile, be grateful. Spend time with loved ones. Focus on the present moment. It's important to find what works best for you and to continue seeking new opportunities and growth. And just remember, sticking to what's comfortable can be tempting, but it ultimately holds you back from achieving your full potential. When you challenge yourself, you learn new things and grow as a person. So don't be afraid to take risks and step outside your comfort zone. You may be surprised at what you're capable of. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss more videos about motivation, personal growth, inspiration, and much more. Check out this video, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.